Chuck Norris! Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris! Yeah, the time has come. A man must rise. No occasion will stop him. Nothing can harm him, no matter how mean, no matter the size. Chuck Norris will win. I know you may not think it's possible. When Chuck Norris was born, he drove his mom home from the hospital. I don't know, you may have heard, Chuck Norris can kill two stones with one bird. Listen here, I tell no lies. Chuck Norris destroyed the periodic table because Chuck Norris only recognized the element of surprise. When Chuck is around, you'd better get on your knees, cause when God said, let there be light, Chuck Norris said, say please. He's a man that takes command. He'll rise to any occasion. Bad guys be damned. Let's tell the entire nation. You know Chuck don't take no lip. Chuck Norris doesn't flush the toilet. He scares the shit out of it. You know I don't need to tell you why. When Chuck Norris slices onions, the onions cry. He's never had a cold and never had lice. Chuck Norris counted to infinity twice. I don't know about you, but I can tell you this. When the boogeyman goes to sleep at night, he checks his closet for Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris. He checks his closet for Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris. Yeah! Yeah, Chuck Norris! It's that time! That time to get gay! Time for Chuck Norris month on Toxic Tuesday! Yay! 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 Ah, yeah! Yay!
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good golly, Miss Molly. Welcome back to That 70s Rock Fan, where we celebrate and keep alive the best of our classic culture. We are gathered here today to pay tribute to and celebrate the legend, the GOAT, the man who we all held dear to our hearts over the years, the one and only Carlos Ray Chuck Norris. What a life, what a career. Air Force veteran and patriot, 6 times world middleweight bare knuckle karate champion, star over 30 movies, grossing over $500 million at the box office, single-handedly kept video rental stores booming throughout the 80s and 90s, and the most ass-kicking gentleman you could ever get, holder of the Best Haircut award in a movie for The Hitman, mullet of the year, I would say, and launcher of a million facts, jokes, and memes. Chuck, sir, we salute you. There will never be another like you. The Grim Reaper has made a terrible mistake and is now being roundhouse kicked into the river Styx. R.I.P. Chuck. And that is why we are gathered here today, all of us, to celebrate the life of this amazing man. Welcome, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the intro.
Yes.
Courtesy of Toxic Tuesday, that wonderful show that I'm so proud to be a part of course. Tom Connor's music, Mark C with the D, Mark D with the C, the visuals, and thanks to Nick for letting me use that wonderful intro song. Hope you all enjoyed it. It is a strange time. We never thought we would see this day. But here we are. Chuck, surprisingly, agreeing to level up.
Yes.
He agreed to level up.
That was unanimous, man. I think we were
to
talking
level up.
pregame and said, when one of these guys passes away, somebody we loved and everything, people are boo-hooing and so sad, taken too soon. Nobody's saying anything about that.
We're celebrating
We're
his life.
celebrating him. We're making jokes about it. That's the way he'd want it too, man.
That's right.
Pretty awesome.
That's right. It's the way he would have wanted it. I do have a picture of him, actually. I need to find this picture and call it up. Because as we know, Chuck is not a man to just move on lightly, and he takes his responsibilities very seriously as the kind of man he was. And here he is actually reading the eulogy at his own funeral.
There you go. Eulogizing himself.
He's reading his own eulogy. So Chuck, of course, making sure he's taking care of business even now. What a wonderful guy. I actually wanted to show this. At first, I wasn't sure when I saw it. I thought, is this real? And it's a video he made, apparently, on his birthday, which was the 10th of March, I think. And it's very, very heartwarming, and it shows what a wonderful outlook in life he had. And just wait to play this before we go any further.
Well, it seems another year has flown by. Life can bring its hardships, but know there's always light at the end of the tunnel. God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. Stay safe and all the best. Your friend, Chuck Norris.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, and as we all know, Chuck Norris didn't die. God sent him to hell to scare the hoes.
That's right. He's got a job to do. He's leveled up. He's got work to do up there.
He's an archangel, man.
Because demons need something to fear too.
Indeed. Where is that other clip I had? There's another one. There's so many clips. We are going to get absolutely hammered today for the amount of clips we're going to play.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I mean, interesting theory. Are we witnessing the birth of the Doomslayer?
We could be. Funnily, a lot of people say that we're in strange and interesting times, end of days and all that. Maybe Chuck's moving ahead.
What's interesting is, I mean, this would be the perfect, Chuck Norrisism, because the second the Doomslayer was created, he exists in all places and all times throughout eternity.
That's right. And when if Chuck was in the multiverse, Chuck Norris was thrown into the multiverse and had to face himself, and the winner was Chuck Norris.
Imagine
I mean, only be one winner.
I actually told my wife was asking me about all these Chuck Norris jokes this morning. I said, well, the one I like the best is Chuck Norris once told a woman to calm down, and she did.
I like the one that he went to a feminist rally and came back with a sandwich and a haircut.
That's right. But when I woke up from my short nap after she beat me unconscious, I'm busy looking for I had the damn.
What?
Oh no! Wait a minute. Maybe it's in my video clips. Hang on. Oh, I know where I put it in the. Oh, here it is. This is the one I really like.
Yeah.
I like the
There you
ball.
go.
That's right. So it's weird, Joe. You're right. I mean, it was sad, but at the same time, we were like, Chuck was just such a force, a legend, that it's like his legend endures.
Well, he wasn't taken
and-
too soon, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Pope.
Well, and we know for a fact, because he said it repeatedly, he loves these jokes. Like he
Yeah.
thought they were
Yeah.
great.
He
So
did.
what better way to remember him and celebrate his life than telling some of his favorite jokes about him? So that, as long as that meme stays alive of the Chuck Norris facts,
Oh, it'll always.
he will never
Well,
truly die.
you mean like this one?
So I went in, and I bent down and I petted him, and all of a sudden, you heard this, like that. So the trainer says, get up very slowly and back up. So the tiger did. He slowly got up and backed out.
That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah, he
you
definitely played into it. Yeah.
You all heard Chuck Norris missed 2 days of school, and ever since then we called it the weekend.
But I do have a whole host of those, but we're going to talk a little bit about his life, and we'll talk about the movies and the TV, and we've got a million clips we could play from the movies, so we'll probably try and get it down to just 2 or 3 we really love the most, and talk about those, and then we'll play some more funny stuff. And but what a man! I mean, just it's true. I was like, oh, that's terrible, and I thought, no, he's Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Chuck will endure. I mean, he was his own personal philosophies were, you know, he was a man of faith, and you know, he felt, as you could see in that little video, he was in a good space. So, you know, he would be saying, yeah, joke, celebrate, joke, you know, have fun.
Oh, yeah.
Chuck Norris was so powerful, he could fit 3 movies on 1 VHS tape.
Wow. Now that's power.
How powerful he
VHS
was. Yeah. I hate to think what the resolution is, but you know.
All right.
Anyway, so let's thank you everyone for joining us. We have a lovely crowd there already on YouTube. We're over on Rumble, where Darren and B-roll stage, Chuck opted in. Yes, B-roll stage are holding down the fort right now in Rumble. I'm assuming that side is playing okay. I'm just double checking.
Yes,
it is. It's playing fine.
I'm monitoring it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we should be on Twitter
you got some
too.
people in the chat over there too.
If there's any Twitterati out there, we have literally got hundreds of clips to play. I don't know how we're going to get through them all, but so let's start by, if you guys are okay with taking a look at his just some of his life as we know it. So born Carlos Ray Norris,
Oklahoma,
Ryan, Oklahoma, March the 10th, 1940. As somebody said, because they were, in fact, it's a joke we'll show later about the Second World War. Somebody claimed he was born the day before the Nazis surrendered, and they said, no, that's not true. He was born in 1940, just old enough to properly defeat the Axis. Ryan, Oklahoma, which I don't know, I think I might have driven through there once, but I don't recall. I'm pretty sure I did. But if I'd known Chuck Norris was born there, I would have stopped. I would have genuflected. Very shy and introverted as a kid, apparently, which is strange to think about. You could hear it. He was a soft talker. He wasn't a kind of a strong talker.
He often said in interviews that martial arts is what gave him the confidence to.
Yes, and he got into martial arts because he had low self-esteem, Joe.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So he shy and not athletic, which is weird when you think about it later. Oldest of 3 brothers, Wayland and Aaron. Well, there he is. This is his high school yearbook. Still going by his because he didn't get the Chuck nickname until the Air Force, I don't think.
Yeah.
And of course, he was indeed an Air Force veteran, joined them in 1958, served for 4 years, posted to South Korea, where he started to learn Taekwondo and became athletic.
Yes,
but so well done to him for being a veteran. Left the Air Force 1962.
That's gotta be incredible for the guys who served with him, because you're all young guys. You take your kids to a movie and you're 30 and you're like, wait a minute, I served with that guy.
That's right. Imagine it's thinking about that. It's pretty cool.
Because he looks just like he did later, just with a beard.
Yeah. And he doesn't have the mullet they had in The Hitman, but we'll talk about that later. So yeah, he was posted back to California in 1962 and opened a martial arts studio and began to compete. There's these 3, him and his brothers, and his mother, I'm assuming. He's just a strange woman passing by.
Right.
And
random woman.
That's a very patriotic family. One of his brothers died in Vietnam.
Well, his brother Wayland died in Vietnam, which left a huge impression on him, as we know.
Well, that's one of the reasons he did Missing in Action, right?
Yeah, he was very, very into that. Those that might have been left behind, and those that had served in Vietnam and died or were left behind or injured, and he was really a big supporter of the troops, especially in Vietnam. Who, I mean, if you think back, I'm old enough to remember. I mean, these troops got a rough treatment from the public. A lot of them, undeservedly, they were drafted. You know,
lessons of that war, and we don't
Yeah.
treat our troops that way now, no matter what's going on. Yeah,
exactly. So he never forgot that stuff.
And I actually met Chuck at a veterans event once, and he is exactly the guy you would think he is.
Yeah. Did he
Like,
kick your ass? Because we would all be hoping for that.
Well, I mean, no, that came later. But you know, he's the nicest, most down to earth guy you would ever want to meet. Wanted to talk to everybody he could, and you know, was just genuinely a good dude that was there.
A gentleman. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Courtney, good to see you last. Jump on in if you get the chance.
Hey, little sister.
Hey, little sister.
Hey.
Thanks to everybody for being in the chat. The chat is churning away there. Lots of great comments. Really appreciate it all. And he was in the air police, as somebody mentioned. So it's just close to almost what you were doing, Joe.
Yeah, I was military police.
Yeah, he was.
I think they're called the security police in the air.
Security forces, as far as I know.
So he was the same as you, except better. I'm just kidding.
Depends on how you look at it.
Because he was in the Air Force like me. So
well, they're smarter to be sure, because they don't get shot at as much. But you know,
well, there you go. You see, we stand at a distance and launch.
That might have been why he got into martial arts. You know, to toughen himself up, because you know.
So in 1962, as we say, he opened a studio, began competing and learning, always learning, and he had multiple black belts. I mean, I'm not a big student of the martial arts. I love to watch the movies, but I don't know the details. But he had black belts in karate, taekwondo, his own, I think, Tang Soo Do, which was more his own twist on it.
I think it is a Korean martial art. It's related to taekwondo, but more militaristic.
Okay. And then jiu-jitsu, judo, he was a real, and I think it must be fascinating to you get like so many dans. He was like 10th dan in karate or whatever. And then to do all the other black belts.
Well, that's the thing. I think that's why him and Bruce hit it off so well, because Bruce was a martial arts explorer as well. His foundation was in Shaolin Kung Fu, but he studied all the rest of them, and he came up with his own martial art called Jeet Kune Do, where he tried to break down the fundamentals and make things more fluid, you know. So they both have the same mind. Learn as much as you can about this stuff.
And he also trained with Van Damme for a year and a half when Van Damme came to America.
Yeah, and I think I have got a clip of that, of him working out with him. There's a lot of clips of Chuck back in the day. Some of them are pretty poor quality of his competing stuff. There's very few really good ones of the actual competitions, which is unfortunate. But there is quite a few clips of him doing demos and working out with other people out of competition.
The guy was, look, his speed was very underrated. I mean, you see him do a lot of the high leg kicks and stuff. And speaking of those kicks, you know, when him and Bruce first met, Bruce's style was to kick waist and below. And he taught Bruce, hey, look, you know, you can hit him in the head with that foot. You just got to get a little bit more limber. So they taught each other. You know what I mean? That they were both the same kind of guys. You know, Bruce was a lot more arrogant, you know, but Chuck was a lot classier, but he had no problem teaching his friends new things, you know, and that's very cool.
The story of martial arts in general is just teaching either your opponents or your friends what you know, and then learning from them as well.
Yeah.
Here he is with Van Damme.
Yeah.
Well, there he was with Van Damme.
Yeah.
There's a bit coming up here I like in this little clip. I don't know if I've got any audio.
That hurts.
That hurts. So Jean-Claude Van Damme could do that too.
By the way, you say you're not big into martial arts.
There as a member of the
well, just as a watcher of movies.
With the black belt.
Not so much as a student of all the different types.
So is because half of a friggin' martial arts class is stretching. I mean, the first half hour of it, that's all you're doing.
Claude is the
Look, I can barely bend my knees. Never mind. Get off the sidewalk.
every morning.
I can barely get up the sidewalk. There he is, yeah. So I mean, there's other clips of him with Bruce, obviously Bruce Lee and others. Hopefully we'll get to cover some of those.
And
What's
Chuck-
interesting
Sorry, go
there,
ahead, Dan.
they're using he's using a kick as an opener.
Yeah.
Like that's really weird. Usually you use a jab or some sort of quick punch to get your opponent off balance and get in their guard and then start hitting. Whereas he's using a roundhouse kick to open your guard and then punch.
The
It's
reason
very
why he
strange.
does that though is because he can do it so quickly. And
Well,
most guys can't quick, they telegraph their kicks and stuff. You see, this is coming straight off the ground. His balance is something else, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and he started winning competitions, a lot of competitions. I think he only suffered 2 professional defeats in early on.
As far as I know, he was undefeated.
Yeah, no, he started off with a couple of defeats when he was new.
Okay,
He
yeah.
learned immediately from those, and I don't think he
But
was
just to go back to the Jean-Claude Van Damme, Chuck Norris spoke very highly of Jean-Claude Van Damme for his martial arts abilities. Just before we go too far there, I just thought I'd drop that in.
He did. There's a lot of interviews of him talking about that. Of course, there was another gentleman he wasn't quite so keen on, Steven Seagal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he
So-
hated him.
We have exclusive footage of when Chuck Norris accidentally saw a Steven Seagal movie on television.
To negotiate.
Well, that's really because Seagal always talks shit about the other market. Man,
Let's not.
you're talking
sully
about
the-
2 opposites right there. You're talking about a guy that is nothing but class,
Yeah.
and that's Chuck.
Let's
you
not
know.
sully ourselves by talking further
Right.
about him.
Come on.
But no,
but yeah.
my favorite thing that he did was like a lot of his judo stuff, because judo has always been fascinating to me.
Yeah,
That it's mostly holds and throws, or as
it's
a
more
lot of
defensive.
well, yeah, and it's as one instructor put it, the ancient art of folding your opponent's clothes while they're still wearing them.
Still, that's quite good. Yeah. But yeah, did he invent judo with roundhouse kicking in it? That would be the perfect martial art.
Right.
Well, that's. I mean, we're talking the 70s and into the 80s. We're talking like the beginning of mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like Brazilian jiu-jitsu and all this
Sure.
other stuff that is mixing strikes and throws and stuff like that. That would kind of develop alongside the Marine Corps martial arts program,
Yeah.
where we were doing the same thing.
Indeed. So he was a master of many of these arts. Here's the November 1969 Karate Illustrated. I wonder how many times the cameraman had to photograph that till he got it right. The poor guy standing on the ground's got bruises everywhere.
Right.
Just
I can kick in the face 20 times, get it right.
Just not quite right yet. Do it
Damn
again.
its own.
And then this is another. God no, this is and Joe Louis. He fought him a few times, I think. These are great covers. There's a ton of them out on the internet, or if you will look for them. We mentioned because his celebrity students were many, and then we mentioned Steve McQueen.
Steve
Yeah.
McQueen.
Yeah,
McQueen.
Steve McQueen was one of them. Donnie and Marie Osmond. I saw Donnie Osmond tweeting about Chuck Norris because they were students of his, Donnie and Marie, which is
I
incredible.
looked for it earlier today, and I don't know if you have a picture of him, but I saw him in an interview once. I can't remember which one of the late night talk shows it was. I don't know if it was Letterman or Leno, but it was definitely after Carson. And somebody asked him who his best student ever was, and without a bat and an eye, he said Bob Barker. He said
Yes,
that guy's
Bob
so
Barker
committed.
was one of his students.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep. He said Bob Barker was so committed.
as Happy Gilmore found out to his cost.
Right? The play's wrong, bitch.
So McQueen encouraged him to get into acting and to take acting lessons and stuff. He was a big encouragement to him. And also, of course, he then around about that era, he was also starting to meet and become friends with and work with guys like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
They could, in the competition circuit, and Bruce Lee was into making movies already. Had been in TV, in fact. With
They met at one of his championships. He won a karate championship, and Bruce was there and wanted to talk to him afterwards.
Yeah,
That's in that clip I sent you, by the way.
yeah. So we'll show that in a second. That clip because it's a good one. So that was really his. I mean, that's skipping over a ton of stuff, but we've we could have done a whole day on
Oh,
Chuck
dude, we could
without
have
fail.
shows on him. Just
Yeah.
one
Just
about
on
arts,
just on this, we could have done it.
movies, and then one post movies. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, you do
12-hour marathon.
We
on
could.
Chuck.
We
for
could.
sure. Oh, look at Courtney. She says, McQueen swoon. Like some Steve.
But Chuck was, and these are very important connections that he made through this, because it got him into the movies, and I had a couple of other photos that are not necessarily related to that, but we talked about his service, and you talked about meeting him, Pope. He was named Veteran of the Year. I can't remember which year it was now. I had it written down here. So he was once named Veteran of the Year, but he was also an honorary Marine, which is quite a rare
An
thing.
honorary
We do
Marine? Wow.
We do not hand that title out lightly.
I was fixing to say.
In fact, I think I might have a. I thought I had a little image of that. I'll come back to it. Of the Marines tweeting out something about him, and he always doing stuff for the troops out in Afghanistan and all these places, mingling and keeping these guys as they deserve, letting them know that we care about them.
Well, yeah, he was a patriot, man.
Yeah,
I don't say it lightly when I say he was a true American icon. I mean,
Yeah.
he was the red, white, and blue, man. You saw it in his whole filmography, man.
Yeah.
Everything he did was miracle. Well,
Yeah. But in a very positive way as well. I mean, he was.
Yeah, I have a feeling that if they let him, he would have gone on patrol.
Yeah.
right?
If
They'd have let him. He'd have done it. Yeah.
But a lot of the tributes came from military or actors like Robert Patrick, who are also, and Gary Sinise, that are also strong supporters of the military. There was a lot of great stuff. I'm very
Gary
pleased
Sinise,
to
I've
see.
always had a huge respect for him. I don't
he's
think he
great.
ever served himself, but he is so dedicated to
What a
helping gold
fundraiser he is, and he's such a.
I like
good-
Soul
he-
Assassin's comment, man. That's great. Oh,
Hang
man,
on.
that's great.
I'm trying to. Yeah, here we go. Is it the thunder in the distance?
Yes. Yes.
There you go. Sorry, guys, in the chat. I can see your chats. I'm trying to. I'm a one-man production army here, so I'm trying to manipulate 4 screens at once. So if you hear thunder in the distance, don't be alarmed. It's just Chuck and Bruce having a long-awaited sparring match. Yeah,
That's it, man.
indeed. The it's on.
Yeah, it's on, baby.
It's on. There it's on. So let's. I wanted to show that clip that you shared with me, Joe, about Bruce Lee. So let me just.
It takes
Hold on.
place, just for some context, guys. It was at a martial arts convention, and they had just got done viewing one of his films. I'm not sure where this took place, but that's what it is. He's addressing the crowd before he does a demonstration of martial arts.
So
there
this is the
live.
one, I think. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Well, it's really a pleasure being here at the Comic-Con today, and I'm glad you enjoyed the movie.
Nice to meet
Bruce,
him.
who I've known for about 10 years now. In fact, first time I met Bruce was in New York City about
She
9
loved
years
me,
ago.
loved
When I was fighting. In fact, I was fighting for the world title, and that's when Bruce was doing the Green Hornet series, and he came back there as a celebrity guest. And after I won the title, the promoter introduced me to Bruce, and so we started talking about our philosophies in the martial arts and so forth. And anyway, we were both staying at the same hotel, the Americana in New York, and we started walking over to the hotel. As we got going up the elevator, I remember Bruce was staying on the 7th floor, and I was on the 9th. As we got to his floor, we were really getting pretty involved into our conversation. So instead of me going up, I stepped out in the hallway with him, and this is like 11:30 at night, and we started working out in the hallway. And next time I looked at my watch, it was 7 o'clock the next morning. And it was amazing because the guy he had so much knowledge and, as you know on the screen, ability, that it seemed like an hour had gone by as far as us working out and exchanging ideas. So he said, well, when we get back to Los Angeles, why don't we start working out together, which we did. When I got back, we started training together, and then the series was canceled, and he went to Hong Kong to pursue a movie career. When he went to Hong Kong, his first movie, the biggest grossing movie in Asia, before Bruce went over there, was The Sound of Music. It had grossed $2.4 million, which again was the biggest movie ever grossed in the Orient. Bruce did the first movie called The Big Boss, which over here was The Fist of Fury, and that one grossed $3.2 million, which is $800,000 more than The Sound of Music. Then he did The Fist of Fury, which over here was called The Chinese Connection, and that one grossed $4.3 million. And then he called me up and he said he'd like to do a movie with a real good fight scene in the movie. I said, well, the only way we can have a fight scene is if I get to hit you once in a while.
Exactly.
And he said, well, yeah, naturally, we'd make it a back and forth type fight. So anyway, that fight scene that you saw took us 5 days to do, and in Asia alone, the movie grossed over $11 million. It's the biggest grossing movie in the history of Asia, and they don't think anything will surpass it for a long time. Then Bruce naturally did Enter the Dragon, which was his last movie, and it was probably the biggest grossing movie as far as martial art movies go. But Bruce was 32 years old. Let me explain something about his death too, because there's, I guess, so many rumors that are going about how he passed away and so forth, about touch of death and drugs and so forth. And so I'd like to clarify that before we go on with the demonstration. Is Bruce in 1968? Well, he's pretty heavy in the weightlifting, as you could tell. He was very well built. And he was lifting weights one night with Kareem Jabbar, who was a student of his.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
When he was in Los Angeles.
From airplane.
At UCLA. And he tried to lift too heavy weights, and he ruptured the disc in his back, and he was laid up in the hospital for 3 weeks. In fact, the doctor said that they didn't know if he'd be able to walk again or not. But of course, with a person like Bruce, who's got the drive and determination to achieve anything in life, he was up in about a month, and within 3 months, he was as strong as he ever was. But he had constant back pains from that day on, and he was having to take medication to keep the muscles in the back loose and relaxed. So what happened is that when he was in Hong Kong preparing for his next movie, he was working with a girl named Betty, and who was going to co-star with him, and he got a severe headache. So Betty gave him some antibiotics for the headache, and with the medication he had taken for his back and the medication he had taken for his headache, they reacted to each other and made his brain swell up, and it created an aneurysm or ruptured blood cells in his brain, and that's actually what happened. So if anyone asks you what happened, that you can tell them the true story.
There you go.
Yep.
But what I love about that clip is it shows you the mutual respect that those guys had for each other, and what a foundation that Chuck had, meeting people like that guy that everybody knows. Both of them totally committed to learning everything they could about self-defense, and you see him in different interviews and stuff where he says that that's what broke him out of his shell from being a shy person. It gave him the confidence to do the things he did in his life. Just really glad those guys got to get together and promote their way of life. You know what I mean? It's very cool.
But one thing that was impressive, Steve McQueen and James Goldberg, pallbearers at
Bruce Lee's funeral.
Yep. Like not fly-by-nights, B-list actors.
No. They were the top of the game back then. Yeah.
What a fight this is. I mean,
this is a fantastic.
Obviously, Chuck
it's still my favorite Chuck Norris fight. It still is. I love this one.
And he has got the greatest chest hair in history.
Hello. It's a character itself.
Almost as good as James Bond.
Right?
Almost.
Like, how can it not be one of the greatest fights in cinema history? You have Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee going at each other.
Right?
I'm not sure. Put the volume up a little bit. Bruce is in full. We can't. I mean, I'd probably get blocked by the stream. If the stream disappears, it's because we're playing stuff like this.
Yes.
Come on, Chuck. Don't let him get away with that. We won't show the whole thing because it's 5 minutes long, but it's worth showing a bit of it just for. This is pure cinema magic. It really is. And it was the first time that many people were introduced to, outside of the fighting world, were introduced to who Chuck Norris really was, you know?
Yep.
But there you go. That's awesome stuff.
But you can tell it's a movie in make-believe because Chuck's on the deck bleeding.
Yeah. Of course, Bruce Lee wasn't the only guy to defeat him in a movie, and we're going to cover that in just a minute. Yeah, come on, Chuck. There you go. Oh, no, okay. Bruce is getting the
man breaks his knees. I remember that.
Oh. He just broke down his entire right side. Oh, he's done.
Anyway, one of the epic moments in cinema history, that fight.
Yes.
Unbelievably good stuff.
But I just love
Cool.
that story of them getting together and working out for 8 hours and not even know the time was passed.
Yeah.
In the hallway of a hotel.
In the hallway of a hotel.
That's right.
Yep.
Rock bands were drinking and taking drugs for 8
They're
hours.
out
These
there.
guys were working out for 8
Yep.
hours.
Mhm.
What a difference.
And it should show you how serious a martial artist Chuck actually was. And a lot of people don't believe that when people say it, that a guy like Bruce Lee not only, got along with him like that from the first time they met, but was willing to, not only train with him, but also, support his career and work with him. as
And
much
learn
as
from
they
him. Yeah.
And learn from him as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got
They
another
learned from
little,
each other. It was a
another little
mutual thing.
clip of him at his school. This is his school of karate, 1972.
The thing is, again, is that the more you train, the more proficient you are to be able to handle certain situations on the street. But that does not mean that every situation you're going to be able to handle yourself, but you have a better chance at it. Every lesson you take gives you a better chance of handling a situation on the street, and believe me, it's a necessity nowadays to have a means of self-defense.
Based.
Now and then and now. But you hear his accent there. His Oklahoma accent,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's an accent that says, "We've been bothering Texas since 1908." I think he ended up in Texas, though, didn't he?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Um,
As a Texas Ranger. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
You see?
Where was
Hello.
his big ranch? Where was his big ranch?
I thought he had a ranch in Texas. I really
Yeah, I
thought he
thought
was
so,
in
yeah.
Texas. He
I
was.
forget if it's in Texas or Oklahoma.
I thought it was in Texas, but
If only there was a way we could find out.
if only somebody had like
only,
Davina
yeah.
had access to the internet.
Yeah, come on, Davina. Your
Davina's
phone-
my remote producer. She can do
Yes.
that stuff. She does the research. So I wanted to. We could talk. We could do an entire show about just that stuff. But eventually, he obviously wanted to get into movies. So I think we
His
should
ranch
talk about
was
that.
in Navasota, Texas.
Okay,
So
Texas. So it
Texas,
was
yeah.
Navasota, Texas.
Hey,
So
Nick.
my Toxic Tuesday boss, Nick
Yes.
Pfizer, is here. We played the song at the beginning, buddy. Tomorrow night on Nick's channel, Toxic Tuesday, our regular slot, which is 7 p.m. Mountain Time, whatever that is in the rest of the world, I don't care. We are doing Chuck Norris tribute as well, and it'll be a Chuck Norris tier list.
Oh, man.
We're ranking the movies on Toxic Tuesday tomorrow night. So everybody will post links later. Get on to.
Now, of course, the tier list is how toxic they are, right?
Well, could be. Could be toxic. It could be whatever. But good to see you, Nick. So tomorrow night, Toxic Tuesday, we will continue the Chuck Norris tributes. Okay, this is just the beginning. And I've got in the corner, if you see my Chuck on a Plinth, which
Yes.
is a Toxic Tuesday thing. There is
We're
no
going to be
plinth
talking
big
about
enough.
it on Wednesday, too. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's no plinth big enough to contain Chuck.
No,
That
there
just
isn't.
isn't going to happen.
Come on.
So, shall we talk some movies?
Yes.
Let's
Go on.
talk movies and maybe play a couple of movie clips.
Chuck Norris was once a truck driver in Breaker.
Well,
Everybody.
he was. We're going to get to that.
Yes. Thank you.
Actually, I think it's really time we had a commercial break first. Let's have a commercial break. You won't get this because it's in Russian, but never mind. You can get it.
Oh,
by
full
looking at-
screen.
Леш, какой напиток посоветуешь?
Doesn't matter what these guys are saying. Chuck will be here in a minute.
Hogarden. Great beer.
I beg your pardon. I never promised you a whole garden.
Where
Yes.
do I get to go to the whole garden? That's what I want to know.
Chef Ninja School. This is funny. The shadow's still moving.
Такая бельгийская традиция.
To make all guests
Горячо принимать
feel welcome.
гостей.
We're now going
Будем
to
готовить ужин.
А зачем нужен меч?
Бросай.
I love the Rocky style
Не
music.
понимаю, почему некоторые не любят чистить рыбу. Мой взгляд повергает врагов в трепет.
This is the best.
И отлично жарит стейки.
He just looks at it.
Апельсин для легких фруктовых ноток.
Yeah, right.
Главный секрет идеального ужина. Фогарда.
That's too funny.
Фогарден с хорошей едой сочетаются великолепно.
Что я посоветую?
Yeah. I love the Rocky style music though, which doesn't seem
Yeah.
to go.
That looks a lot like a Chuck Norris take on one of my favorite beer commercials ever, his old Bud Light commercial. You ever seen that one? Pour Down Center, the one where the guy's training to pour the beer down the center of a glass.
Oh
Guy
yeah,
impresses his friends. And he's like, they're like, how'd you learn how to do that? He said, oh, it was nothing, right? And then you see that guy. What's his name? He's in Big Trouble in Little China. He's the older Fu Manchu guy.
James Hung.
Is that it? He's in the commercial and he's beating the guy with a cane every time he screws up the friggin' pour. It's hilarious, man.
Yeah. So
that looks like
Chuck didn't use nunchucks. He didn't need to prove that he could use them. He's Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris could do anything. He'd just pick it up and do it.
Yeah. Snow's
he's trying to catch us out here. Chuck is watching you, Snow, right now. So anyway, we're going to talk about some movies and hopefully play a few clips. We've got so many movies, it's hard to... movie stats, they appeared in around 30 to 37 feature films. Some of them were cameos. Total leading role domestic box office is roughly in the 500 to 600 million range. Not bad considering most of these movies were cheap to make.
Low budget movies, yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So Code of Silence comes out on top, which is a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Great mullet.
Andrew Davis movie, yeah. Delta Force, Invasion USA, Missing in Action. But most of these made around 10 to 20 million, all the other ones that he did too. And I hate to think how many VHSs and DVDs.
Oh, come on. The rentals that they made. Come on.
So
Missing in Action alone. Imagine how much money that made in rentals. Dr. Jones, what's up,
Dr.
man?
Jones is here.
Dr. Jones.
Good to see you. You're partial to a bit of martial arts yourself, Dr. Jones, are you not?
I did Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Nice.
I do the Yorkshire martial art, Icky Thump. That's an old British joke.
How you doing, old friend?
Good to see you, sir.
Everybody on here doing well.
Good. Many of us practice the ancient art of cha-ching. Yeah. Do that. Yeah.
Yes, cha-ching, exactly. If you've never hit anybody with a haggis, you've never practiced Scottish martial arts. So I wanted to see where he started out, because I've got a little clip of it. It's quite interesting. So everyone thinks Bruce Lee's the only guy to beat Chuck Norris in a fight on screen, but Dean Martin was first.
Oh, wow.
In the Wrecking Crew. So this was his 1968. It was his first movie.
Starring Sharon Tate, too. This is the movie
Sharon
she went to
Tate.
see in the theater in that Quentin Tarantino movie. Yep.
We do have a clip, which I will painstakingly try and find. I've got them all over the place.
Nancy Kwan. That sounds familiar.
Oh, here it is, the Wrecking Crew. Nancy. So we'll now show this little clip of him in the Wrecking Crew. Here we go. There he is. Dean Martin beating Chuck Norris in a fight. Come on. There he is on the right.
Just in the nick of time.
I love this movie, actually. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's a cool movie.
I was terribly disappointed.
It was their attempt to make an American James Bond. Is what it was.
Elka
Matt
Summer.
Helmer, right?
Elka Summer.
Cooperative, shall we say?
Cute.
Well, that's Mac, all right. Anything to help. But one thing, we got to get going.
Oh boy.
That's why I love it. And there he is, beating Chuck Norris.
That's funny.
Oh man.
I just had to show that. It's,
The Rat Pack.
The
beating
Rat
Chuck
Pack.
Norris.
yeah,
What?
Matt Hill.
That actress, Nancy Kwan, she was in a lot of B movies, like Kung Fu B movies.
She was Nancy Kwan, yeah. But you had the one beautiful Elkie Summer and Sharon Tate, Englishman Nigel Green. He was in Brit, I think. So there he is. Yes. I could imagine that Dean Martin can beat a few bottles of whiskey, but
I was going to say, yeah, this is wholly unbelievable right here. This is how you know you're watching a movie right here. Yeah.
I'm getting warnings about my stream may be blocked because I'm showing other people's stuff. Well, fuck you and
Who
fuck
would
you.
win? Who would win in a fight, Dean Martin or Jerry Lewis?
No, Jerry Lewis. I think
Jerry Lewis was a pretty big guy.
No,
He's a big guy.
Dean. It'd be Dean.
No.
Dean. He wouldn't feel half of the punches, man. Come on.
Then, of course, we had the Way of the
Drunken
Dragon.
Style.
Way of the Dragon.
Yes.
Where he's Colt. I think it was his name in that. Colt. Formidable American martial artist.
I can't take Bruce Lee films seriously because he's always doing that. Whoa.
Well, hell, you don't hear his actual voice in any movie until Enter the Dragon. That's the only movie that really has his real voice on it.
Bruce is only the second person to beat him.
The name of this one in the States, though, was Return of the Dragon. What's the name of it?
Yes, I remember seeing it as Return of the Dragon in Britain, I think, years ago.
Yep.
So we showed a clip from that anyway, but there's a nice still.
Yeah, you can picture his mouth open. Whoa.
The skill it takes to not kick the shit out of each other.
Come on.
For real.
Yeah.
But then he was in a small role in a film which nobody has ever seen called The Student Teachers, which is a Roger Corman thing, I think.
Hey.
Well, it's got a chick. That's Roger Corman for sure.
Yeah, it was based on the nurses or something. He had a series of movies with nurses, and he moved on. He he was a martial artist in it, strangely enough. I don't have any clips from it though. Then he was in this film, which I watched. I watched this yesterday. This is a Golden Harvest movie called Yellow Faced Tiger, also known as Slaughter in San Francisco, which if you went to see that when it was re-released later, would really get, because his character was Chuck Slaughter, would really confuse you because he's not in the movie till about 3/4 of the way through. But
what a great tagline. That fits right into the meme, dude.
Morning, Chuck
Norris may be hazardous to your health.
Yeah. And this is the third movie he gets beaten in because Lo Wei beats him because he's the actual star of the movie. But yeah, it's and he's also showing off the hair though, so the chest hair. So, but after that, it was well, I'm done with this. I need leading roles, and
there we go.
Breaker, where he plays a trucker
movie.
His first leading role. John David Dawes, JD Dawes, a trucker and karate expert.
Is that like another Vanishing Point type movie?
I mean, it's a long time since I've watched it. He's corrupt. There's a corrupt sheriff. It's a corrupt sheriff in it that he's fighting. George, I guess that's George Murdoch. I don't know, but it's a pretty damn good movie. I seem to recall. There he is, looking all fresh. No beard, no tash. Let's see if we can play a little tiny clip from that. I may have a clip from it. Although we'll be playing so many clips, we'll be here till midnight. So I've got a little bit of the final fight. A lot of these movies are on YouTube for the full movie. So,
well, then you shouldn't get hit for it. Then
you shouldn't. But
Drink, trucker.
Did he say trucker or fucker there?
Trucker.
He's a trucker. You can beat this guy's ass. He's drinking wild turkey.
Yeah.
And don't forget, it's not until Smoking the Bandit that we were highly regarded.
Right?
Well, that's why you like it, because you're a trucker.
Yeah, well, of course. But we were low-life deadbeats back then. Drunks, wife beaters.
But there was a lot of movies about CB radio truckers.
CB was a big thing in the
CB radio, so
especially the
breaker,
late
breaker.
70s. Yeah.
And we still got CBs in 2026, believe it or not.
Oh yeah. Dude, the Cajuns down south in the swamp, they use them for telephones.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
It's gonna have some meals, I guarantee it. Down by the bayou.
That's it.
It was an independent movie and it did quite well because it didn't cost a lot to make, so he was off to a good start in leading roles. I'm waiting for the horse to intervene.
Right? It looks like he's looking for an angle.
Kill. Yeah. Trample kill.
And there you go. Look at that.
I'm just looking at the chat. Davina says, "Trucker, he hardly knew her."
That's what you hardly knew. So that's breaker for you. We'll get. I can't play too much of those, or we'll be here all night.
Right.
Also, just Chuck delivering roundhouse kicks and bell bottoms. Like, that could be the most 70s thing I've ever seen.
Nothing says the 70s like that.
It's the
right
most
there,
70s ever.
And cowboy boots.
Yeah. Tim's here from Paris. Tim's in Paris, France. FKHC 2005. He's over in Paris. Nice of you to visit the Islamic world for us.
Yes, exactly.
Tim, I hope you're eating halal food while you're there. It's Paris after all. It's renowned.
He says Chuck Norris didn't die. He wanted to fight Bruce Lee again. That's it.
The Canadian tuxedo, denim shirts. I was supposed to wear all denim today, and I haven't got a denim shirt. So
one of the things I've seen was, Chuck Norris didn't die. Lemmy needed a bouncer.
Right. This
That's right,
movie kicks ass right here.
Yeah.
Well, so far, the only immortal is still Keith Richards.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, he is dead. Just nobody's had the heart to tell him.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
William Shatner.
He's going to live forever too.
95.
It's all the green girls that he's like.
The green chick boosted him up in the 60s.
So we should definitely watch. This is a great movie.
Yes, it is.
CIA, isn't he, or something? It's special ops, and he's against about Vietnam.
Probably my favorite Chuck Norris movie ever. I love this movie.
So
I wear black when I dress up to this day, head to toe, because of this flick. Yeah.
So we will have to show this scene now. Somebody's upscaled this, so it looks a bit weird. Yeah. It's like, how they take it and they upscale it to 4K, but it doesn't really look 4K, and it just looks funny. But this is an iconic scene because he did it at Walker, Texas Ranger as well, going through the windscreen. Although apparently it's his brother Aaron that does the stunt.
And the shades, that's where Cobra got the idea.
Yeah.
The mirror shades.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the shade.
Nice wig.
Nice.
Yeah, I was fixing to say bad wig on that guy, man. Wow.
You see, you got to be careful when you jump through a windscreen like that because there's sharp bits of glass on your nether regions, might be.
Well, when you really pick it apart, that was candy glass he went through.
I know.
Yeah.
So anyway, he does it at least in Walker, Texas Ranger. I don't know if he does it in any other things. So
and the mustache makes its prominent debut there.
It does.
Oh,
the
yeah.
cash is there.
Yes.
So good guys wear black. There was something. They were killing Vietnam survivors from his unit or something. So.
Was he ever in a movie with Charles Bronson?
No, not that I'm aware of. No,
I don't think.
I don't know
that much
celluloid
testosterone in one place.
that much power without bursting.
How
into
could the
flame.
screen contain that? Yeah, exactly.
Do you know when I was in high school, I saw Charles Bronson at a Carl's Jr. just sitting there by himself eating a burger, like it was him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, and then he got up and shot 8 people.
Yeah. In 1994, I was like, wait, that's Charles
Where's my
Bronson.
ketchup?
But good guys wear black. Isn't that the whole storyline for Arnie's Commando, where they're killing off the Vietnam SWAT special?
Yeah, you'll find there's a lot of similarities in plot between these and other movies, and I'm not saying these might have been first sometimes.
And Chuck did it first, exactly.
Yeah. So good guys wear black. Again, it doesn't look like a very convincing chauffeur.
But did Chuck Norris ever do any like puns in his movies, like Schwarzenegger?
I don't know if he had that many jokes.
No, it was more the looks with him.
He didn't really do.
The worst thing he ever did was play a CBC reporter.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, that was the hardest acting job of his life. He had to pretend to be Canadian. And I do have that clip somewhere. At least I thought I had. Oh, here it is.
Canadien? Oui, CBC du Canada.
So apparently Chuck was so disgusted with himself that he had to seriously reflect upon whether he wanted to continue acting after that.
And for
Well,
those
just kidding.
and for you Americans, CBC Canada is the equivalent of NPR News in the United States.
Yes, except worse.
Wow.
A lot
Canadian
worse.
Pravda.
So
Canadian
anyway,
commie.
that was the hardest acting job of his life, pretending to be Canadian.
Fortunately for everyone, he did serve his penance right then by destroying most of the city of Beirut.
That's
He
right.
did. He
Leveled
did.
it.
He leveled it. Yes. Then came A Force of One, 1979, and he
Awesome.
stars a little bit typecast karate champion.
Imagine that.
We did this in Toxic Tuesday recently. I think this movie.
Clue Gallagher. He's in.
So he's hired to train police after a killer targets officers using martial arts. So he actually had a lot of great martial arts action in it. This is Bill Superfoot Wallace. He's
Bill
fighting.
Superfoot Wallace.
Yeah, who he fights in the movie. And I would like to play a longer clip, but maybe I'll just have to play the short one. Of those. Apparently. So great movie.
Yeah, Bill was no slouch himself. He was pretty damn good kickboxer.
Oh god, yeah. Well, they actually did fight in reality in championships, I think. So I think there's some footage of them actually fighting out there. There's somebody in the queue. Marty with a C's here.
Yeah,
hello, Mark. Sorry,
hey.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I I'm not Chuck Norris, so you don't have to worry about me.
Are you
No,
sure?
but
Are you sure?
you're Connecticut's favorite son, and I will stand by that statement till the
Thank
day
you.
I die.
Thank you very much.
Son,
Clam pizza on me when we get
clam
together.
pizzas,
But-
yes.
We're close to Brady
I've been,
Bunch levels of people here.
I've been lurking at work. Listen, to get back to that Chuck and Bruce working on the hotel. Did anyone come out and complain? Like, could you guys keep it down in the hallway here while you're practicing martial arts?
Nobody would admit to it, I don't think.
Oh crap! It's Bruce Lee and Chuck
who's gonna-
Norris. I'm gonna go to
who's
bed
go
now.
Fuck around with that, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll show a little bit this week. Yeah, so Mark, what are your memories of Chuck?
Well, just growing up, in the 70s and 80s, you mentioned before, like he helped all the rentals. Like we just love renting these karate movies, and we really got into karate as kids that were working out. And it was something, I unfortunately one of a friend who got really beaten up badly. And then he learned karate and started weightlifting, and was like 6'4", and he eventually beat the crap out of the kid in retaliation.
Yep.
But it's psychologically too, as Chuck mentioned before, it gives you a lot of confidence, and not that everyone's going to be a Chuck Norris, but you're going to feel a lot better about yourself, and it can help you psychologically as well as physically. And we just love, hey, it's pizza. Let's grab some pizza, go to the video store, and let's,
How many Chuck Norris movies can we rent? Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you get
karate
3
movies,
in one, though? Could you get 3 movies on one VHS?
Only Chuck Norris could do that.
Only Chuck Norris could do that.
As you said.
So it's such a great fight. If you've never seen A Force of One, it's actually a pretty good movie. So.
Yeah.
Did we do that on Toxic Tuesday? I can't remember. I
I
thought
don't
we
think
did.
we've done that one yet,
No,
and that's a perfect title for Chuck, right? You
It
only
is
need one,
Force
right?
of One.
That's it.
You talked about people getting beaten up and then getting their. So this is a neat story. If you read it.
You want me to read it?
I'll read it. In 1994, when Chuck Norris was starring in the TV action show Walker, Texas Ranger, at the peak of his fame, 2 men tried to mug him. in Dallas. When the Dallas police subsequently arrived, they found the duo with broken arms, knives on the ground, and Norris, then 54, waiting quietly nearby. Trying not to laugh, the officers asked the pair whether they knew who they had attacked. We knew who he was, they said. We just figured all that stuff on television was fake.
Well,
in other words, they fucked around and found out. Shit.
They played stupid games and they found their stupid prize.
They did.
Stupid prizes. Wow.
broken arms and shit like that. So, oh my
That's
god,
awesome.
Yeah,
because a lot of the people, they you think, oh, I'm on a TV show, I know, karate, but you're fighting against a stuntman. But he was actually a world champion, as you guys have been talking about. So then he became an actor.
Yeah.
But even up here in Canada, after a few beers, how many hockey players in the bar get challenged? Like, oh, I could take you on. You're not that tough. You're the enforcer of the team. I can take you on. They're on a what do you call that in English? Stretcher. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, stretcher. In no time flat, too.
So 1980, the movie we did do in Toxic Tuesday, The Octagon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is a great, fabulous movie where he's ninjas, lots of ninjas, and he's trying to get the ninjas, basically.
Lee Van Cleef.
Lee Van Cleef is in it, yeah. So he may not have appeared in a movie with, for instance, Clint, but he did appear in a movie with Lee Van Cleef. So
a couple of them, huh?
1 degree of separation.
Yep.
Isn't he in? Oh, wait a minute. Which one's in Delta Force with him? I thought that was
Lee Marvin.
Lee Major.
Lee Marvin.
Lee Marvin. Yes.
I knew that was another Lee. Yeah.
Hey, Valerie Perrine, who died today or yesterday, was in an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh, Valerie Perrine.
She did. Yes.
Wow.
Sad times.
Miss Tessmacher. Damn it.
Yes, Miss Tessmacher. She had Parkinson's disease for last few years.
So this is the clip, a little bit of the final fight of this that we just see there. I gotta watch because they keep getting the yellow warnings that they're gonna block my stream for playing this stuff. So we'll cut to a little bit of the action. So he's got some sword play going on this time.
That homeboy has size. Look out.
So trying to expand his range a bit by having some sword play in it. You can't do that to Chuck Norris and live.
Can't do that to Chuck Norris and get away with it. What's wrong with you?
See, that's the only fakery you'll see in the movie. Chuck Norris getting beat.
Oh, he's got rid of the stupid swords.
Notice he's still in black from head to toe.
He is.
And not dirty from falling in the sand.
It's harder to see the blood when you're wearing that. There you go. That'll do.
Yeah, and he torches him at the end. I love this. Yeah.
Kicks the guy in the
Oh, get some.
The Human
the
Torch.
ninja was forked. He was well forked. And so on and so on. It's actually quite a dark movie, isn't it?
That was
Mark?
a really good movie. Yeah.
It's a great movie, but pretty dark. So Octagon, and he was he was building his fan base. These
How
were
many
all doing.
Octagons did they make? They made several sequels to this, I think.
Did they? Oh.
Yeah.
What was the next one? A dodecahedron?
Hexagon.
Then there was another kind of weird one. He did play about with different styles a bit. He had an eye for an eye with revenge thriller this time with some really dark stuff in it. And here's the shot of him, which you may see a lot of him flying towards the camera type shot, which I always think is a really neat one.
That was a good clip in the video. I love that
this is
clip.
1981. This one. So these are all. This is before he even got near the Canon stuff. Eye for an Eye.
Hero of the Terror.
Yeah. I'm doing
I
through
like
them.
Hero and the Terror a lot too.
I'm going through them all in date order, as it were. Is this the guy that was in James Bond?
Yes.
Yes. He was an Hawaiian Olympic bodylifter.
He was in GoldenEye. Yeah.
Yeah. Goldfinger.
Goldfinger. He was the one with the hat.
Yeah.
Mr.
Cut things and shit.
And he was, like I said, he was an Hawaiian Olympic weightlifter, champion of the world.
Wow.
There we go.
That's
Boom.
the clip.
That's
Yeah.
the clip.
That's
Right there.
the iconic clip right
If
there.
the stream does get blocked, everybody well, it won't get blocked on Rumble. The Rumble guys are okay, but the YouTube stream gets blocked. You'll know why. And just stick around. We'll come back. And indeed, Darren and Reroll Stage are still over in Rumble. Good to see you guys over there. So that was
Solo
An Eye for an
Assassin.
Eye, and then we had Silent Rage.
Yes, that was good.
That's a good one. Co-starring Ron Silver. I liked Ron Silver. He was good.
What happened to Ron Silver?
He died, unfortunately. He died.
Oh, okay. At what age?
He wasn't that old. I think he was in his 50s.
He was
Yeah, I
in
know,
a Van Damme movie too.
He was in Time Cop. Well,
yeah,
no,
Time
was it
Cop,
Time Cop? Yeah, Time Cop. He
And,
was
and
really
the
good.
entity? The entity?
I liked Ron Silver.
Oh, me too.
So this is this again is a little bit of a gender bender because it's a kind of a slasher, genetically engineered super strong killer.
Did you say gender bender?
A gender bending super
You said
strong.
I think you meant genre bending.
Gender bender. It's the
Gender
sound of
bender.
it.
I'm like, wait, is there something about Chuck I'm finding out
Mark,
after he
Mark,
died?
maybe
Chuck-
Mark. I was telling the truth.
Chuck foreseen the future.
He did foresee the future. Yes.
Yes, he went through a transformation,
Gender
guys.
bender.
He went from becoming a heterosexual male to a lesbian trapped in a man's body.
He
It
saw
often
Chuck's
happens.
chest hair and
often
he just had to change.
That would be a good joke. What were Chuck's pronouns?
Chuck and Norris.
There we go.
He
End of
and man.
story.
This is the
Full
first in
stop.
a series of bar fights that Chuck did in his movie.
Oh God.
But yeah,
oh
Jake,
shit.
that was pretty
Damn.
cool. Yeah, this is cool stuff with the feet. Yeah. But he had a number of bar fights. He got taken down rather easily there, I thought. There's a lot of good liquor being wasted here.
All right.
Fancy liquor. She's a fancy liquor. And the big flying kick. So anyway, that's Silent Rage, and then he has to kill the genetically modified gender bender at the end.
Yeah, it's it's Chuck versus Michael Myers. That's what it
That
was.
was Michael Myers. Basically, I mean, you can see that he was trying a little bit different genres each time, you know, sci-fi, horror type things. And then one which is probably one of the ones I haven't watched as much, Forced Vengeance. For some reason, this one slipped a little bit under the radar at the time. He's a casino security chief fighting mobsters in Hong Kong. And it's interesting that a lot of his movies were kind of Hong Kong type actioners, I would say.
Yeah, makes sense, right?
Yeah, Golden Harvest type actioners. They had a lot of those elements in them, you know.
Yeah, because he had that massive, karate explosion in the 70s. Everyone was kung fu fighting, and it was,
It was a little bit
throughout the
frightening.
nation. Yeah.
So here he did happen to get the chance to play opposite some leading ladies for once. There's a lot of guy on guy action in these movies.
It's like that's a very scary picture because you have Chuck Norris holding in 1911. So,
That's right, yeah.
Look out.
Look at the size of that. Look at the grip.
Yeah.
On the girl or the gun?
On the girl, yeah. Forced Vengeance. You probably had another bar fight. Oh, this is a neat fight in this one, the silhouette fight. Because it's meant to be in, up against the casino signs, I guess, and all that, and neon.
Yep.
But yeah, casino.
They've done this in several other movies too.
Yeah.
They ripped off Chuck. Chuck
They
was
all
front
ripped off
center.
Chuck.
That's it.
Arnie,
Yeah.
everybody.
He gets like 4 head kicks in a row there, 5 in a row, and the guy goes off the edge, which is pretty neat.
That's what killed him.
Yeah. So some brutal stuff in that one. Well worth watching. I watched it again not so long ago. I hadn't
Last
seen
time
it
I
at the
saw one
time.
of those fight scenes was in Skyfall, the last
Yep.
decent
Oh,
Daniel Craig
yeah.
movie. He's fighting an assassin that's going to kill that just killed somebody across the
Mm.
buildings from each other. And-
Oh yeah.
You
If
know
I'm not
what?
mistaken, that's in Hong Kong as well.
yeah, it is. That takes
But-
place in Hong Kong. Sure does.
But you know what, Brian? I'm an old guy. That last movie you showed, it looked like Chuck Norris meets Charlie's Angels. That's what
it did a bit, didn't it? Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
No. They were all very lovely ladies.
So now, one of the big ones, Lone Wolf McQuaid, where he plays a Texas Ranger, a theme that may have reoccurred later in his career, based on the same character.
David Carradine, another black belt.
Yep.
In Hollywood.
It's a great film. Wonderful, wonderful.
We
film,
watched
right?
a clip. Now, when we did this one not too long ago. I think it was last Wednesday on Pop Culture Minefield, and he showed an interview. I wish I knew where the clip was, but if Gary was here, he could show it to you. He was talking about, and this is the kind of class act he was. He said that David was hurting the stuntmen on this because he understood martial arts, but he didn't know how to control it.
That's right.
And so he had hurt a couple of the stuntmen already, and they started doing the fight scene and everything that you see here. And he got hit a couple of times in the ribs, but he said, I was prepared for it. I had seen he'd been hurting people, so I was ready for it. But in between takes, he told him once, he said, look, David, you can hit me in the body all you want, but if you hit me in the face, there's going to be trouble. You know what I mean? And that's all he said to him. He didn't curse him or anything like that. He understood he didn't know how to control it as well. You know what I mean? And other actors, imagine if David Carradine had done this to Steven Seagal or some asshole like that. Because Steven was well known for fucking hurting people on the set. I mean, just regular actors, So imagine the kind of self-control and confidence you have to be dealing with somebody that is hurting people, but still can sit there and try and be professional and get it done. It's just amazing. The guy was a class act. He really was.
He was, certainly was. I'm just trying to look for a certain, there it is, sorry, about the, that's a big 45. The pistol's pretty big too.
David Carradine was a big dude too.
That
guy is a big guy.
A little bit of useless information. Another one that was a real prick hurting stuntmen was Bruce Lee during the Green Hornet, because he had zero respect for them because they were not to his level.
Is that why the Tarantino mocked him in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Do you think?
I wouldn't know about that. I couldn't say. But he was notorious for hurting stuntmen on the Green Hornet.
Well,
that was his family. You can tell here too the difference in style between Chuck Norris and David Carradine. Carradine's in a very artistic, very Chinese, like kung fu stance. Whereas Chuck Norris is just at the low ready.
Yep.
Of any boxer or mixed martial artist will say that is your stance. You got one hand back to defend your face. The other one is kind of doing this and trying to see if he'll react.
Indeed.
That is the modern martial arts stance. And seeing when Chuck came into it, I think he might have had a hand in creating mixed martial arts.
I very possibly, yeah. I mean, that's what we're speculating on. It could be. I think it's time for another commercial break, though. So
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh!
A wiesz, że Chuck Norris potrafi trzasnąć obrotowymi drzwiami?
Chuck Norris nie lubi dowcipów niskich lotów. Chuck lubi tylko niskie raty.
W banku zachodnim WBK każdy może być jak Chuck Norris i dostać tani kredyt gotówkowy. Przyjdź, kliknij, zadzwoń.
I mamy naprawdę niską ratę.
Karate?
I like karate.
Lubię karate.
Oops.
And that reminds me, Chuck Norris is the only man who can slam a revolving door shut.
That's right. And that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Always time for a commercial break on this show. Let's see, movie clips. Lone Wolf McQuaid. What's this one? Oh yeah, this is
my invitation only. This is my invitation.
You got to share it, Ryan.
I will. Hang on. I got to start. I was just trying to get this clip ready first. I was going to get up on it's a Twitter one, so I got to get up on the stream. So this is a little short clip from the movie.
Sorry, this is my invitation only. This is my invitation. Hey.
Rugged. Talk about rugged. This is the funny bit.
As you can see, mine's bigger.
Mine's loaded.
Sorry.
Awesome.
That's good. That's funny. Anyway, Lone Wolf McQuade was it made a big impression, that movie. I mean, it was a pretty big hit.
Yeah, it was a big hit. Sure was.
And it set the template for Walker, of course, later. So then he happened to become a Canon guy. He met with the Canon guys, liked what they wanted to do, and they wanted to do missing in action. So he did. Oh, now Sai's going to attempt to get in again here. Hopefully, we'll be able to hear him. Hello, Sai.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
yes,
can.
Finally,
Hey, welcome, Sai.
Hello.
Jeez.
Welcome
Yeah, I
to
had
you,
to
sir.
I had to do incognito, a bunch of app permissions, a bunch of crap.
Well, you're here, my friend.
It's kind of like watching porn, right? On incognito. Sorry, just kidding, Sai. Nice to meet you.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, nobody knows exactly.
If anyone I know is listening, they have no idea what you're talking about. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Good. Well, thank you for
finally got
joining
this
us.
crap working. So,
Well, thank you for joining us. What's your enduring memories of Chuck?
oh, I'm a little bit younger than you guys, so I started off with obviously what a lot of people my age did, Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah, well, that's a good start.
Excellent show. And then, I just started getting into the movies, and then obviously all the jokes, the memes.
Yep.
And then,
He's a legend. The man is a legend. And Missing in Action was what would you call it? A passion project for him because of his connections to Vietnam with his brother.
And a lot of people call this his signature movie, and I really believe that it is. And I mean, he made so many sequels off of it stuff, but you can tell he loved doing this flick, no doubt.
Yeah, and we're not going to go into the first movie became the second movie, became the first movie, became the second movie.
Right, yeah.
No, but I do have some inside baseball. James Cameron, actually, when it came to Rambo 2, he directed Rambo 2. Actually, I wouldn't say copy, but was very much inspired by Chuck Norris' Missing in Action.
Well, I think Cameron had some involvement in some script stuff for Missing in Action that became Rambo 2 or something. Yeah, he was involved in some way a little bit. So yeah, there is a connection. But what a great movie. Steve Bing also co-produced this. So we did a whole Missing in Action show on the Canon Film Club on this channel. So go check that out in the playlist, Canon Film Club playlist. We did Missing in Action. We did Delta Force. We did some other Chuck stuff. We've got many more to do, of course. We'll definitely play some clips from this when we get the chance. I might have something just hanging around here. Oh, actually, that one's from Missing in Action 2. And that one's from Missing in Action 3. I have no idea. Oh, here we go. This is. Iconic, of course.
Of course.
God, the M60 might not be the best machine gun in the world, but God, is it pretty.
It is pretty. When you come out of the water, it's pretty.
And unless your name is Chuck Norris or Sylvester Stallone, you usually have two guys running that weapon, not just one. So you know he's tough doing that.
I mean, you can fire that thing from the hip, but it's not easy.
Not recommended.
What a fabulous
Unless you're
movie.
a big dude like me, you don't want any part of firing a 30 cal from the hip.
No.
But that's how Chuck Norris takes a bath.
And an M60 at the ready.
And he cleans himself with poison ivy.
He does. But a huge,
He wipes himself with poison ivy. Yeah.
Huge success. Fabulous movie. Everybody, I just can't say enough good things about it. It's got everything, and it's we've talked about it before, and we'll talk about it again. Then that led straight to Missing in Action 2 because they'd filmed them pretty much back to back. I think this might be Missing in Action 2 clip.
This is for me.
And of course, the fight scene at the end when he gets the Vietnamese general with the heart thing under the chest.
Oh, my favorite was when they put the rat in the bag and put it over his head.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Chuck just fucking killed
And
the
the
rat.
rat dies.
And the rat dies, yes.
Yep.
It's good stuff. Missing Action 2, another big hit. Then he
Oh.
made possibly, in many people's opinion, rightly would be, or you can argue rightly, his best ever movie.
Code of Silence. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Good stuff.
Well, we did do this on Toxic Tuesday as well. It's
And we were
Yeah,
talking about
recently,
this on
yeah.
Pop Culture Minefield. What, yesterday? No, Saturday.
No, it was
Yeah.
last Saturday. Yeah.
fabulous movie, directed by Andy Davis. So it's a brilliant thriller. You can imagine if it had been like Harrison Ford or somebody, that if Chuck made it a big hit, but it would have been, it could have been one of the biggest films of all time. It's such a good movie, Chuck's great in it, but I'm just, the name recognition might not be as much for some people, but
At least
Andrew
not back
Davis
in the 80s.
Yeah.
Later on, towards in the Walker Texas Ranger era, Chuck Norris could put butts in seats.
Yeah, it is a gritty crime drama, mob drama, and Andrew Davis, of course, a great director. Can't say enough good things about it. Brilliant movie.
Well, wasn't the 80s a great time to be alive? Like, I'm a Gen Xer born in 1971. We had Chuck Norris, Arnold, Stallone, and Bruce Willis in the late 80s. Like, the 80s just kicked ass.
They did.
As much as
They
the
did, yeah.
70s did for music, the 80s was the best for
It's
film.
85.
And let's not forget the underrated Michael Biehn.
Michael Biehn.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And this is peak 80s, 85. And then another bar fight. I mean, I don't want to play it all because it's quite long and but he walks into this bar and takes every one of these guys on. Just
But he gets defeated by the cue ball.
I know.
That's the only thing
Yep.
tough enough to defeat him.
You amigo?
But he just stares them all down, and then mayhem breaks out. He almost beats them all.
Well, he would have eventually.
Yeah.
Well, this is Hollywood magic, him getting stopped is the
It's one of
thing
the
they're
best
trying to
fights
pull off,
ever.
yeah.
Henry Silva. the
that
bad
guy is a great
Henry
friggin' bad
Silva.
guy.
Yeah. It's a brilliant movie. Chuck absolutely, literally kills it here. He's brilliant.
And nobody. There we go. Sorry, it's not the
Yep.
cue ball. It's
Nine ball,
the 9 ball. Thanks, Bo.
Yeah, he could have handled the cue ball.
Well, yeah. You just didn't see the 9 ball shatter behind his skull.
It's a great fight.
Yeah.
But that's the thing too. Like martial arts, one of the things they focus on is if you're up against a bunch of opponents, the first one you're up against, absolutely crush his soul, so the other ones are hesitant to engage.
Yes.
What was that? We call that a morale check, don't we?
Yeah,
Pope?
pretty
We
much.
talked about that.
Just like absolutely brutalize that man, so the other ones are like, I don't know about this.
Yeah. So I can't say enough good things about this movie. It's possibly the best movie made objectively. Doesn't mean it's the one that everybody would like the most, but it's
Look what
possibly-
Davina says about it. She says, Code of Silence, 1985, originally written as a potential fourth
Yeah.
Dirty Harry film.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Great
that's cool.
movie. It's got everything. So he's definitely in a high point there. Then
I love Clint, but I don't think he could take on that many guys.
No.
No.
He could've- well, no, Clint shoots one bullet and then nails 9 guys in a row.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the problem with the old school revolvers, and that's why
It-
they retired.
It
You
might
can fire 5 times, maybe 6.
now I'd go, if it was me on a Saturday night now, I'd just say hit me with the cue ball first and save me a lot of energy going through the other stuff. So then we move on to the greatest Christmas movie ever made, Invasion USA.
Oh, my favorite movie.
I love this film.
I'd say the
dearly.
greatest one is Die Hard, but that's just me.
It took me 40 years to finish it because a safety tip I'll make. I told the whole story again last night on Sunday Night Geekery. But if your good buddy's girlfriend dares you to chug a fifth of vodka as Invasion USA is starting,
oh no!
Important safety tip: don't win the bet, because I won the bet. I did chug the fifth of vodka, but then I started yelling at everyone like, "Who's spinning the room, guys? Could you stop spinning the room?"
So, Sai, have you seen this movie?
I have, but it's been a while. I've been
It's been a
going
while.
all the Chuck Norris movies lately.
Yeah. I just wondered, you being obviously, as you say, a little younger than some of us, what you felt about this peak 1980s Chuck Norris action. Does it seem dated now, do you think, or does it hold up?
No, I think it holds up pretty well.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree. And it's just so full of so many wonderful moments like this.
To lose this?
He's such a giving man.
There's a rare quip from him right there.
He did. He started to get a bit quippy. He realized he had to be quippier.
Not as bad as James Bond, though.
No. He could never go that far. But he got a little bit quippy there. But
he was willing to share.
He was willing to share.
I will show my age. I saw this in the theater as a teenager at $5 Tuesdays.
Yeah. $5 Tuesdays. Yeah, they were great.
Oh, how about the second run movie theaters will only cost $1 after a while? Yeah, man.
Yes.
Come on.
It was an iconic show.
This is the sad part about being born when I was, is all of my favorite movies and artists are all made before I was born.
Yeah.
Or dead.
Well, you just need to be older, don't you? Can you not get older?
That'll happen in its own time.
I've got that meme where it's the boy from Sidekicks talking to Chuck, and he says, "I'm 11. It's my 11th birthday." He says, "When I was your age, I was 12."
What the lyrics say in the opening song when Chuck was born? He drove his mother home from the hospital.
Drove his mother home, but he built the hospital he was born in, and then drove her home from it.
Most children are born naturally. Chuck chose to punch his way out.
Yes, but don't forget, Chuck was a stud. After he visited the Virgin Islands, they were known as the Islands.
The Islands. Oh, that's funny. Right. We'll get to a few of those at the end when we've got some time, hopefully, because we're going through a lot of movies. And
yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay, mate. No, keep them coming.
That's what we're supposed to be doing, Christian. Yeah. We're celebrating this dude.
It's fun. We're making fun,
and we're not crying with sad
we're celebrating.
Isn't this cool? Like a death of a great celebrity. The guy was so surrounded with positivity that nobody's got a bad thing to say about him or sadness.
He made our lives better by being in it. We love him.
Exactly.
He went out the way people or heroes like him should go out. Surrounded by friends and family, loved by all.
In paradise, Hawaii.
And content in his life. Content with his life.
Paradise.
Yeah. So canon, another major canon one that we all love, the Delta Force, based on a true story. But with some amped up action. It's Lee Marvin and Liam Neeson in a major appearance, and Steve James is in it too.
Unfortunately, Lee Marvin's last appearance before he died.
I know, and he would have made the second one too, but it was his last one. But here's one of those iconic little clips from it. Just love that whole sequence.
Chuck's got rocket launchers.
But that stare,
I love it.
And Chuck Norris once stared at himself in a mirror, and his reflection looked away. So Delta Force major movie again. Check the Canon Film Club episode out about that. I love this picture. I love this one. I mean, how more 80s can you get than that?
Lee Marvin and Chuck Norris holding bazookas.
That's right.
What the hell, man?
How can you say no to that?
You can't say no to that.
And Tim's absolutely right in chat. This is an Irish wake of we just get together and tell stories about the great times we had.
It is an Irish wake, exactly. Diddly potatoes. Then he switched to making something a bit more lighthearted, which is Firewalker with Louis Gossett Jr. Kind of a Raiders of the Lost Ark, Romancing the Stone. Romancing the Stone is probably closer in feeling to this one. Yeah, and it's a fun movie.
It is a fun movie. Chomping on a cigar. You don't see him smoking much, man.
No, you don't.
No.
I don't believe he ever did in real life.
Yeah, he did. I don't think he did, but you don't have to smoke a cigar to be a cigar aficionado.
No,
Of course.
I don't know.
You can just hold it in your mouth.
Just chomp on them.
Chomp on it. That's right. So another great fun action comedy. It's a fun movie. He was starting to try and be light. He wanted to get a bit lighter.
A Flash Gordon movie right there. Flash Gordon's girlfriend.
I don't think it is. Or is it?
Looks a lot like her.
Oh, it is Melody Anderson. You're right. Sorry, yes, it is Melody.
Hey, I draw
Melody
portraits for a living. I can recognize damn near.
Oh, where's my Flash clip? Check the Flash. We've only got 14 hours to save the Earth.
Yeah,
And you know what? We were talking about Ron Silver, a lost great actor. How about Lou Gossett Jr.? American Idol.
I know.
What was the Air Force Eagles?
Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagles.
I was
Thank you.
watching it the other day, and I was visiting my mom. She had it on the television there at the rehab she's at. Yeah.
Cool.
Very weird sequel, though.
Yeah. No, there's only one Iron Eagle movie. Yeah.
That's correct.
So then we move on. Yeah, there was a number of supposed sequels. I don't think they ever got made though.
It's kind of like there's only one Highlander.
Exactly.
I mean,
So Braddock Missing in Action 3. So he completed that. I think that I can always get my Missing in Action. I think this.
Fire! Fire!
Proof that wherever Chuck goes, explosions are never far behind.
Oh,
Like he only has to walk past trucks and they blow up.
All right, hit it. Roger.
kind of like the steak in the commercial.
That's right. You just have to walk past them.
You can feel the 80s in these clips.
You can feel the 80s oozing out of
It's oozing out of it.
I'm
I tell you
picturing
one
like
thing,
wood paneled walls and green carpet and
yeah.
I tell you one thing. By the time this series was over with, there were no more POWs, and
No, neither were there evil Asian generals, rogue generals.
Yeah.
Although I did love Missing in Action 3 is not my favorite of the series, but it did actually shine a spotlight on something that did get overlooked after the Vietnam War. That there were a lot of half American children
Yes,
living in South Vietnam.
There's hundreds of thousands of them, really. What was up with you American soldiers? Couldn't you stop sticking it in them for just 5 minutes? You were supposed to be fighting a war.
No, we can't. You don't send us in unless you want something broken, dead, or pregnant.
Yes. All at the same time.
Girls on the
usually.
corner, every corner going, me so
You love
horny,
me
me
long
love you long
time.
time.
Me so horny.
why do you think they put that scene in The Watchmen with the comedian getting his face slashed by a
Oh,
chick?
yes. I was thinking about that.
Yeah, that
mean,
scene
it's
is pretty
probably-
dark, man.
It's time for another commercial break.
Hey! Chuck Norris? Can you sign my Tacoma?
I'll be glad to.
From the clenched fist of a legend rises a new action star. A hero who's always there to save the day and the night. A hero with all the right moves and moves you never expected. A hero
Element
who
of
was
surprise.
born to outsmart the competition and lives to conquer any challenge.
Do not
A
attempt.
hero so fearless, so rugged, he's tough as Chuck.
You replaced me with a truck?
That's pretty funny.
Toyota, let's go places.
That's classic. I love the Dyke HR lady.
That's right, yeah.
It's
I
so
loved,
true
no,
to
what I
life.
loved was it the truck surfing and it says fictionalization, do not attempt.
Like, no
Right.
shit.
No shit. You're
Hey,
really?
I'll direct you back to the George Carlin sketch on average intelligence.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know how stupid your average person is? No, imagine
50%
half of them are dumber than that.
50% or dumber, yeah. So,
All right, I got a Canon Studios question. Did they have like a major studio they shot out of? Is there like a Canon studio?
I don't. No, they didn't have their own physical production studios. They did make a lot of movies in Israel sometimes.
Oh yeah,
because that's where they were making movies before they became the Canon owners, the Golden Globus, and they used South Africa for some stuff. I don't think they used any one particular soundstage. Didn't have their own physical studio. Not that I'm aware of. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I think they. I don't think they did that. But,
Need to ask the kid that writes.
I'm sure if they did had a studios, there'd be a testosterone shot vending machine where they just.
That's right. Cans of testosterone.
Yeah, inject
gold bars, cans of testosterone, or it could be IOU checks.
That's a good question for the kid that does the Canon film guides.
Are you ready for the movie? Yeah, taking my HGH. I'm ready to go.
Right, a rock. So moving on to 1988, Hero and the Terror.
Good movie.
I love that movie.
Hunting a serial killer. And he's getting more into the gunplay as well in the last few movies, as opposed to just the martial arts stuff. You want to be more of an action, a more rounded action figure rather than just the martial arts. So.
Right.
Although I am disappointed he's holding an M9 there.
Well,
not any particular shade against 9mm. I just hate that gun.
Right.
Yeah, but Pope, an M9's a lot better than Chuck Norris's fist.
No, it's not, because half the time you have to beat the gun open.
He's
then
been nice to him.
Delta Force 2, Colombian.
I carried that gun. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
So Colombian.
Don't you wish you were in when I was in carried a 45?
Yes, I absolutely would have carried my 1911 over the M9.
So Delta Force 2, Colombian Connection, which had very little to do with the first movie. I don't think anybody was in it.
Drug cartels in this one.
Yeah, still pretty good.
I think Chuck was the only connection between.
He was the only connection, I believe. Is that Pete Postlethwaite there? Looks like him.
There's some good actors there. I don't know their names. I know the guy on the left plays Frank Nitti in.
That's
the
Frank
Untouchables.
Nitti. Yeah, that's the guy who played Nitti. Yeah. Not Pete
And the other guy
Postlethwaite.
was in Starman, John Carpenter's classic movie. He
right.
worked for the government. Yeah.
Then The Hitman in 1991. It's also a Canon, and I have to show this clip because he had the most incredible haircut of his career in this movie. So it's well worth looking at. In The Hitman, I'm so far down in these clips, I have to look for it. Here it is. So the haircut does all the acting in this one.
I love this scene though.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? Again, yet another restaurant stroke bar fight.
Oh shit! Party in the back, business in the front. Look out! The mullet lives.
It could be a wrestler. Didn't he do some WWE appearances? There's one of them.
Yeah, he did.
I believe he did.
Survivor Series '94.
Yeah, he was kicking someone in the chest, and the
guy flipped over like 10 feet back.
Let's see if we can get to some ass kicking. Dirka.
This is just straight shit talking, and I love it.
They sticks the money in there.
Who are you? That doesn't matter. What does matter is that Mr. Lacombe sent me here to give you boys some advice.
Okay, yeah, I gotta talk about that.
I don't see anyone else around.
He was being pretty
Mr.
cool in
Lacombe
this one,
said,
apart from the
for me to
haircut.
tell you, camel jockeys.
Camel jockeys.
Oh!
Oh, we're gonna get struck down.
Oh, we're gonna throw down now.
Demonetized.
Oh, we're not with this stream. Will never be monetized. Trust me.
Yeah, right.
At least he didn't use the San N word.
So if anyone wants to take pity on me, they can super chat me.
Which is my preferred epithet for them.
I'm afraid to die.
Right.
Are you?
No. Allah protects us.
This is a toxic movie for today's standards.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but we're also in a pussified world now.
I love the fact he hits the other guy in the head with that guy's head.
Yeah, with that guy's head.
Or as Samuel L. Jackson would say, he hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
We're being effed. We're being effed for the moment.
Yep.
This is temporarily
You got
blocked
took down, bro.
on
You got
YouTube,
took
not on
down.
Rumble. The Rumble.
That was
guys
that insult there. That's what got us.
That's it. As soon as
Yeah.
you said it, boom. You're
No,
out of
it'll
there,
come
pal.
back. It's temporarily blocked because we're playing other shit. Even though this shit is all over YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah, but I got problems with this premise. The French Canadian mob does not set house in Vancouver, BC, and fucking hire Chuck Norris to kill fucking Arabs.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. That's
It
a
was set in
fallacy.
Montreal. Yeah.
Well, no. Actually, it was set in Vancouver,
That's
if
what
I remember
thought.
correctly.
Some of them were filmed. I mean, wasn't Hero
The
and
whole
Terror
film
in
was set
Vancouver?
in Vancouver.
2 or 3 of them were filmed
And
in
it was the
Vancouver.
French Canadian mob that moved to Vancouver. Like, really? Come on.
Yeah.
Also, like, there's a French Canadian mob.
There is, and they're
No, there is. Those guys
there
don't
is,
fuck around.
and they are pretty bad.
Nasty. Yeah, check out the French Canadian bikers. It makes your Hells Angels and your Outlaws look like pussies in the States.
Okay.
There's just no, trust me. Mark my word.
Maybe
the
in a
Rumble
country
guys
with
are
no
still
gun.
The Rumble guys are still hanging on there, so good to see
Thank you,
you
Rumble
all
people.
over there. Joe,
All right, well,
Darren,
I got time
Let
for
me
a unhealthy smoke. I'll be back.
All
All
right,
right, brother. See you in a minute.
then I'll play some kind of clip.
Hurry.
We're still not back on YouTube.
Tim, he did watch the clips first, but he just doesn't care. It's Chuck Norris.
It doesn't. Yeah, I don't.
He
care.
For a
knew
show
this
like
was gonna
this,
happen.
screw the money, screw it staying up.
I
Chuck,
didn't have.
man.
I didn't have the
It's
time to
Chuck
prep all
fucking
that.
Norris.
Yeah, that kind of prep takes days, and I had to do it quick. It says suspended, but then it says temporarily blocked.
See, this is why I stopped streaming on YouTube altogether and just do everything on Rumble. Because Rumble doesn't care.
Yeah.
Well, we need to keep a foot in YouTube.
Is it going to come back? Stream unavailable.
I mean,
Stream
for
suspended.
you guys are my
We'll come back, man.
for a
Completely
year
off.
plus, you guys have been my foothold on YouTube.
Go ahead and move your slideshow onto the next movie.
Hang on, I'm posting the Rumble link.
They already have in the chat, buddy.
Well,
Darren,
maybe the more
Alright.
links you play, the less.
Hello to
people
everybody
will let
in
you
Rumble.
back. I don't know. Usually it's like 2 or 3 minutes before you get back, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's not long.
So for everybody over in Rumble, thank you for popping over there. We might even end up having to finish over there, so to speak.
Nope, we're back up.
We're back. Are we back? Thank you. So just stick around on Rumble too, though, because in case it goes down again.
People's Republic of YouTube.
Yeah. So we're back. We're back on YouTube.
Hey,
Cool.
get it right. It's the Democratic People's Republic.
Republic of YouTube.
Yeah, you know,
YouTubistan.
Place where you have freedom of spit.
They've got. You do realize they have the Canadian YouTube moderation rules now.
Oh yes,
So you can't show. You basically can't show anything or talk
Bill
about anything.
C9. Bill
Yeah.
C9.
So, just to finish up the movies, Sidekicks, which was much more of a fantasy, family-friendly film, was next, and then Hellbound. He started to kind of drop down into more DTV areas here. Hellbound, which is yet another kind of horror blended canon. I think it was his last canon movie, 1984. Then Top Dog, which I'm not sure I've ever seen.
Which is kind of sad because Chuck Norris basically made canon films what they were at the
He
beginning.
did, but they destroyed themselves.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's completely their own fault.
Yeah.
But it's sad to see that, deteriorate because canon at their height was fucking awesome.
Oh, they were brilliant. I mean, they just defined the 80s for action. But there's wasn't this kind of like Hooch, Turner and Hooch?
I was just saying, there was a trend there in Hollywood for a while where they had the buddy cop movie with an animal.
Yeah, and then Forest Warrior, which I've also never seen, where he's a forest guardian. He stops a chainsaw with his hand, though, which is pretty.
Yes,
neat.
he does, and that's the only scene I've seen from this movie. But
Yeah.
just for that alone, it's amazing.
I'm going to try and see if I can play that without getting killed.
But this was Greenpeace wet dream.
It was. So we will play. It's a short clip. Hopefully, we'll get away with it. So Chuck stops the chainsaw with his hand.
That's a pure.
And I love the look in his eyes, where just like that's the look where you know you're about to die.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
It's sparkly Chuck.
Yes.
Then it's a DTV thing, and he kind of had the big gap because of Walker, Texas Ranger, and then he did a DTV thing called The Cutter in 2005. But then, and there he is riding the bus. Times Were Hard.
Yes.
That looks like the woman whose head came off in Total Recall.
Yeah.
And
Did you make him a sandwich?
Discount store Keanu Reeves there on the
That's
right.
right, yeah. And then Expendables 2.
Oh, that was the best.
Who he had 9 minutes worth of stuff in that, and it was epic.
Where he destroys everything.
He destroys everybody and
How
everything.
he actually forced Stallone to put a Chuck Norris joke in the fucking movie.
Well,
no, he didn't force. That was Stallone's idea.
Again, we're going to tempt fate by playing it.
The Cobra line.
Yeah.
From both sides, like apparently Chuck says it was his idea. Stallone says it was his idea.
Yeah.
You're the one people
But
call
it
a
ends
lone
up being
wolf.
awesome.
I've been called that.
Because first of all, he did the "I thought you were dead" joke. He still says him, "I thought you were dead." A lot of people tell me that.
I have no.
But then he killed him.
I
I heard another rumor.
Here we
You
go.
were bitten by a king cobra.
Yeah, I was. But after 5 days of agonizing pain, the cobra died.
Randy Kutzer. Randy
put
Kutzer was
that-
all confused.
To put that in there is just epic. Absolutely epic.
Well, and that was the first clue a lot of people had that, like the Chuck Norris jokes meme that had gone viral in the early stages of the internet.
It became
Not only was he
universal.
aware of it, but he loved it.
Yeah, it became universal, and he did love it. I mean, who wouldn't love that? It creates a whole. It's publicity, a
Like,
mythos.
your fans are creating a mythos around
Mythos around you, yeah. And then Agent Recon, which was you can actually watch some of these for free on YouTube and various places. That was
I've never
another.
seen that. Has anyone seen this one?
I watched it. It's not great sci-fi
Not
action
great.
film. It's okay.
How much is he in it?
He's in a fair bit of it, yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
it's not just a cameo. It's yeah.
No, Mark Singer. He was in. What was it? He in
V.
V. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, they're old men at this point, though. Look at them. Woof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dodgeball. One of his famous cameos, of course, Dodgeball.
Can we address that previous screenshot of Chuck Norris with a fucking minigun?
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
Now, I got a question for the panel. What are you guys' thoughts on Chuck Norris doing infomercials? Isn't that like Chuck going down to the most common denominator and outselling himself?
I mean, I remember that era, and like the couple like the home gym systems and stuff like that
Yeah.
that he was selling. I don't know if that was selling out or if that was he
I don't
actually
know.
used that product at the time.
I mean, everybody's got to make a living, and
I was fixing to say, Christian, you'd be surprised how many actors do commercials.
Oh, God, yeah.
Especially over in Brian's second home over in Asia. They do them constantly.
you had the Russian ones there, the Polish ones. There's the Toyota ones in Japan.
Well, I
and,
think he's talking about the infomercials that they used to do in
Yeah, the home gyms, the home gyms, and Chuck's like doing like half an
tons
hour
of-
segments.
Tons of them did that. So anyway, he did in 19. He didn't do so much TV, but obviously he had 9 seasons of Walker, Texas Ranger, based upon Lone Wolf.
This is where I first encountered him because my grandmother was a huge fan of this show.
Yeah,
and just being over her house when my parents had something to do or whatever, I'd be watching that. It was this followed by Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, or like 2 shows she absolutely
they should have put the 2 of them together, shouldn't they?
Well, I mean,
that would have worked.
Time period they could have.
But yeah,
you have Chuck Norris. He can time travel back to that period.
That's what you say. Yeah.
So he lives in every period. He created. What was it? I thought of a joke today. What was it? It was a Chuck Norris. Somebody saying Chuck Norris was the first man to split the atom. No, that's not true. He split every atom.
Got it.
Something along those lines. I didn't finish it, but so Walker, big success. I mean, it was shown all over the world. And
one of the quirks of how the warp works in 40K is that if an entity exists in the warp, it has simultaneously always existed.
Yeah, that's right.
Because time has no meaning there.
That's right.
So, if an entity is birthed in the warp, it always existed. So therefore, Chuck Norris has always existed.
He has and always will exist. So Walker, Texas Ranger, big success. My son loves it, for instance.
Huge. Don't undervalue this. He was already a star, and this shot him to icon status.
You'll see them all on Pluto TV right now.
That's probably the thing he's most remembered for by the youngins, I would say, right?
And he did I have clips, so I don't think I'll play them because we're running out of time, but there's the clip where he breaks the guy's nose, resets it, then breaks it again, which is probably the most famous clip. And then there's another one of the I go through the windscreen feet first clips. So I don't think, I've got them somewhere in those clips. Oh yeah, Walker Nosebreaker. It's on X, but let's throw it up there.
My nose!
Marsha Brady is crying.
Let me see. You broke my nose! I'll fix it.
Nah, looks better the other way.
You gotta love that, haven't you?
That's awesome.
So Walker, Texas Ranger, which would deserve its own show. We don't have time, unfortunately. He did some TV. He did a TV movie to finish that up. I do like the picture in the bottom right.
And I like a lot of those I like a lot of those 90s and early 2000s series where if a show got canceled, they would do a movie to like cap off,
finish it off
their storylines. Like that would talk Walker, Texas Ranger, Babylon 5.
Did finish on a
Farscape with the Peacekeeper Wars.
Yeah, this did finish on a cliffhanger though, so I guess they were hoping to do more. But
yeah, I guess.
Anyway, they did some TV movies like The President's Men. I've got that in the second President's Man on a Blu-ray DVD. Sorry, they're okay. They're not bad. And he did some TV stuff, TV movies, and then he did Karate Commandos back in 1986.
Oh my God, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
An animated Chuck. That's when you're an icon, when they put you on Saturday morning cartoons, man.
I wonder what that ninja's trying to grab there, but
It's a little suggestive.
Well, it might be. It looks like it's a two-hander.
It's a two-hander. But 5 episodes of that. I was going to show the trailer, but I don't think I've got time. So it's,
even the ninjas give a happy ending.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
this is Chuck Norris.
Good one, dog.
3 hands.
That's a good one, Mike. So we really did race through his career there, which is a shame. But obviously, Toxic Tuesday, we've covered a lot of the movies. Canon Film Club. Joe's talked about a lot of them over in Pop Culture Minefield and whatever. So there's lots of coverage of the movies individually out there, and we're going to be doing more of those.
One suggestion I would have to some of you guys who do like AI content and stuff like that is like Chuck Norris doing Optimus Prime quotes.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, one shall stand, one shall fall.
But he would say one shall stand. He's got a very quiet voice. Nice to see Few
Why do
people
you throw
still
away your
hanging
life
around
so
over in
recklessly?
Rumble there. Good to see you all over.
We never
in the
came back
Rumble
on the YouTubes that kept us down.
No,
we've been
no, we're there.
Oh,
but
we're
nice
back. We're back.
everybody's
Oh, no, I got the chat
I
open.
was just saying hello to everybody over in Rumble. We're still watching you. I can see
Yeah,
Red Spitfire
We're back.
Sevens there, and Simpandalapado, and some others hanging out there. It's good. So we will finish, I think, with, and I have to draw to a close at some point. This is domestic issues.
We could go on forever.
we
but
We could. We talked about that earlier, Mark. We
We
could do
could.
one just about his martial arts career. We could do one just about his movie
So
career.
many
we could do
clips
one
we haven't played.
post movies. Yeah.
So we'll finish with some memes.
Yes.
Some
the
Chuck
memes.
Norris memes and facts. We have the how many push-ups can you do? All of them.
That's so awesome.
Chuck Norris was here and he chose scissors.
Yep.
That's great.
And one.
That's a new one. I hadn't seen that one until he died, so I don't know where that one came from. Death once had a near Chuck Norris experience. I know it's getting the full Chuck Norris. And we did show this earlier. He's reading the eulogy at his own funeral.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody
That's
said
right.
in the chat earlier that he should have been the guy in the most interesting man in the world commercial.
He should have.
Yes,
That would-
he should have been.
He should
Right.
have.
The problem was he wasn't gray enough. Like this dude
Yeah.
looked way younger.
Well, he
than-
colored his hair. Come on, guys.
No, but
I mean, think about
guys, you don't need to be gray. You're fucking Chuck Norris.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could
True.
be redhead. You could be blue hair. You're Chuck Norris.
But at the
So
same
Chuck-
time, too, like even when he died, I mean, look at that video we put out a week before he died. He did not look 86 years old.
Yeah,
No.
he was moving pretty well in that, and he was
Yeah, he was.
sparring.
And
I mean,
he put out a video not before that he was sparring with people.
Yeah.
The family hasn't said what he died of, but
I think
there's a
it would
rumor
be
going
hard,
around
yeah.
that he was working out when he went down. Remember, he had a medical emergency.
Typically at that age,
Yeah.
it's going to be a heart attack or a stroke.
Yeah.
So if there was a Mount Rushmore of American masculinity, I have two people. You've got Chuck Norris and Charlton Heston. Who would
Yes.
be the other two?
John Wayne,
John
Wayne.
Wayne,
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood, and maybe Chuck. No, Charles Bronson.
Bronson.
Okay.
How about Bruce Willis?
So that's 6 people.
Yeah.
No, I'm old enough to have seen Bruce Willis in Moonlighting. So no, he's
Me
not,
too.
You
know-
can't top Charlton
would've liked-
Heston though.
No, but Michael, you couldn't put Chuck Norris on Mount Rushmore. He's too tough to carve into stone.
Yeah,
you
you
couldn't
carve
put
out
him
his
on
own
stone.
You know who I would put up there that might be a little bit controversial until you learn about his history is Clark Gable.
No, Clark was a man. He was a man's man for his time.
Yeah, well,
But then
every
why not
man-
Errol Flynn?
But that was back in the day.
Because of what Clark did during World War II.
Anyway,
If
I
you
do
know
have
that
Jimmy
story.
Stewart, not considered a tough guy, but what an American hero for his.
So Mount Rushmore, we're going to need a bigger mountain.
Yeah, we're going to need a bigger mountain. But for those of you who don't know, Clark Gable actually volunteered as a waist gunner on a bomber crew because he just lost his wife and essentially wanted to die. So he joined the war effort and amazingly lived through the whole thing.
As opposed to you, Pope, you would have joined as a wasted gunner.
Well, I mean, yeah, that too.
Just kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
Quick fact, really quick, 10 seconds. Jimmy Stewart actually was a bomber. And what was that
Pilot.
movie there? The Christmas
B-17,
movie?
B-24,
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. Him breaking down in an It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah,
wasn't
it was actually
acting.
a PTSD episode.
Thank you.
Mm.
All right. Useless information.
So Chuck Norris visiting a sandcastle he built as a child.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He was
could you
an alien the
imagine
whole
being a
time.
19-year-old kid? Because most of the gunners were enlisted men,
Well-
climbing aboard a B-17 for the first time, and one of your co-gunners is Clark Gable, who was
And one
already
of your-
a movie star at the time.
I would have asked him if he'd given it to Vivian Lee.
Now, here's a hot take.
Oh,
One
yeah.
of your best American gunners was Joe McCarthy. Just
Anyway,
saying.
tail gun, yeah. So
Sorry.
so we could definitely talk about that another time.
We're not gonna let you end the stream, Brian.
Chuck Norris doesn't need a GPS. He decides where he is. Well, there's the rumor I had it. You were dead. Yeah, I heard that too. You could say that's a Snake Plissken joke.
That is a Snake Plissken thing.
How Thanos really got that mark. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love that one.
Damn.
This is funny. I've seen it before, but when Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone, he discovered that he already had 3 missed calls from Chuck Norris.
Oh yeah.
When I slice onions, onions cry. There's an advert out there of it's a Japanese or Eastern European, I don't know, and Chuck's watching some TV thing that's supposed to be dramatic and sad, and he's crying, and then you look down and he's chopping onions. So it's not the TV thing that's making him cry.
I love that he leaned into that persona that he has.
Yep.
That because like that's just the meme of Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
And
they are celebrating his passing with memes. That is awesome.
And this is the thing is that as long as the Chuck Norris meme survives, and trust me, the internet is never going to let Chuck Norris jokes die.
Nope.
No. Well, you've got number 4 here, which I'd never seen before. Chuck Norris did in fact build Rome in a day.
I love number 2. Chuck Norris can divide by
0, yeah, and he can count to infinity twice. There was one on here. Chuck Norris played Russian roulette with a fully loaded gun and won. If a tree falls in the forest, does anybody hear it? Yes, Chuck Norris hears it. Chuck Norris can hear everything. Chuck Norris does not own a stove, oven, or microwave because revenge is a dish best served cold.
I love number 7. Chuck Norris doesn't read books. He stares them down until he gets the information.
That's right. But there was... Where was it? Oh yeah, when Chuck Norris was born, the only person who cried was the doctor. Never slapped Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
What was it? There was one in here I really, really liked, and
number 11 is one of my favorites. Chuck Norris uses a nightlight, not because he's afraid of the dark, but because the dark is afraid of Chuck Norris.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could Chuck Norris? All of it. Staring at Chuck Norris for extended periods of time without proper eye protection will cause blindness and possibly foot-sized bruises on the face. Anyway, there's so many of those. When Chuck Norris does it, he's pushing the earth down, the famous one, of course.
Yes.
And this is funny if you look at it.
Santa writes to Chuck Norris about what he wants
for Christmas. And he's wearing it himself.
I love that he's wearing that. Oh God.
Oh
so
yeah.
great.
And the funny thing is, a lot of those are like, AI or whatever. No, like, somebody sent that to him and he wore it because he thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. Now here's community notes for the win. Chuck Norris was born May 6, 1945. The Nazis surrendered May 7th, 1945. Coincidence? Yes, there's no way a one-day-old baby could have defeated them. Readers out of context. Chuck Norris was born on March 10th, 1940, but come May 1945, Chuck Norris was definitely old enough to wipe out the Nazi war machine. Community notes for the win. Well, we did that one. That's about the guys he beat up in Dallas. This is funny.
That's fucking great. I haven't seen that one.
Suits you. Yes. Well, this is the one I mentioned earlier. How old are you? 11. When I was your age, I was already 12. I think that's the last one. So it's yeah, there it was. I know we've had to rush the end of this. My apologies to everybody, and sorry we got cut off. This stream will never be monetized, and it might even be taken down by tomorrow. Who knows? But we did our best, and I'm glad.
But it will live on Rumble, so if you want to watch it,
for those of you on YouTube, you can always see the glorious shit show that was this show over on Rumble, where they don't care about dumb shit.
So we'll give the plug, and Mark will be there, and I will be there, and Nick and Red Shirt for tomorrow's Toxic Tuesday. Show isn't set up yet, but we're doing a Chuck Norris tier list. So it's good to see the movies in order there. It reminds me of them all for that show where we'll be ranking. We'll be ranking as high as any in Wome. We'll be ranking the movies. So everybody come over and take part in that in the chat because it's going to be fun. Lots of diverse opinions. Are we marking them up for toxicity or just greatness?
Probably greatness, right?
Greatness, I think. I think we have to do greatness.
When you're doing, a celebration of someone's life, you really want to do the greatness of it, I think.
Yeah. So links to Nick's channel are in the chat. So head over there.
And I'm going to be talking about him on Wednesday too. So
yeah. Well, indeed. So yeah, and that's on your channel.
Yep. State of the Atmosphere every Wednesday.
Check that out. I think that you've got that stream up already, haven't you?
Oh yeah, it's up.
And if
I always put, when somebody passes away, I always put a halo over their head.
Yeah,
we'll in his gi. I'm more into Chuck the martial artist, so he's in his gi on the cover there.
So we will redirect to your show for later. Joe, what are you playing tonight?
It's Jiggle Fest. We're playing a little DOA extreme volleyball. We're going to play some Senran Kagura, and we're going to play some Rumble Roses. All chick fighting games with jiggle physics.
Nice.
So
Chud.
Yes. Let's go.
The Chuds win yet again. The Chuds will always win. So thank you. Anyone else want to plug anything? If you've got anything particularly, just shout it out now. No, well, good. Let's move. Just kidding.
I just wanted to say that unfortunately, I thought next week's episode was going to be the last due to my job schedule, but I won't be able to be on here regularly, at least from the start.
No, that's a job, mate. You got to do
for
it
the foreseeable future. So.
Well, we'll miss you, but we understand entirely. Work has got to come first, mate.
Yeah.
Just make it when you can.
And we are still going to find a time to do Pope Pontificates. I was hoping to do that sometime this week, but they want me to start tomorrow. So.
All right. Well, good for you, mate. Get stuck into the new job, and things will sort themselves out, and we'll figure out different ways of doing stuff.
But that is a topic. I mean, we've been talking about that on and off for years.
Pope Pontificates.
Yeah, or at least the concept of that show.
Yeah.
And
well, maybe it'll become a reality. Maybe one day it will be a reality.
We'll make the show talking about what is reality a reality.
Yeah, so indeed. So keep an eye on that because that'll be over in Rumble, yeah?
It'll probably be on YouTube as well.
All right, be on both.
It'll probably be the first thing I'll put up on YouTube in 3 years.
Yeah.
But...
So keep an eye on Pope's channel. Keep an eye on Vinyl Revival on Rumble for good stuff. Joe, subscribe to Mark D with the C
on Rumble, because if I do start posting things again, I'm going to start doing it on both channels.
Yeah. So subscribe to all these guys. Michael, you're on Twitter, but I don't think you're doing much on YouTube these days. But find Michael.
I turn 5-0 tomorrow. I'm part of the 50s club
5-0.
as of midnight.
You're going to become a member of the police. 5-0.
Welcome.
Well, happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, mate. I'm glad hope you're feeling okay.
Oh, I feel great.
Good. Oh, good.
I'm recovered.
Good.
For now.
And then I would like to thank Cy for Chaos for joining us. Thank you, sir, and thank you for being a channel member.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Appreciate it. You're welcome to join. There'll be other opportunities for sure. Don't worry.
All right, now that I got this working finally.
Indeed. We'll pick the right opportunity for you to join in, something you're interested in. So, and thanks to all my channel members. I appreciate you all very much. You keep the lights on here. Thank you to everybody that's been in the chats. Thanks to Darren and others for modding. Darren and Davina and others. Appreciate it very much, the modding. Thanks to those over in Rumble. You've been wonderful over there. Lots of people hanging out over there today. There's about 15 people, so that's great. Some of them are on both, of course, but I'm like a modern agenda video game. I'll count all the views. But it's been a great chat today, everybody. Thank you very, very much. I hope you enjoyed this. I wish we could have gone for longer because there's so much Chuck we could talk about. We'll do more. We'll perhaps celebrate on the anniversary every year of his birth on March. We'll maybe have a Chuck special. Who knows? So I will be back later on tonight on Comics Division Monday Night Meltdown. Next week we will do the Sea Wolves show that we were going to do today. So it's a shame Pope will not make that one, but we'll still do our best to celebrate that movie. And then the universe will unfold as it does. So have a great night, everybody. Stay well. And don't skip your meals. But most importantly, lead your best life. Keep on rocking, everybody. See you soon. Bye.